From KTVA 11 News, this is Nightcast.
Thanks for joining us for Nightcast. I'm Joe Vigil. King Cove residents traveled to Washington, D.C. to wage what they call a life-saving battle. The goal of these road warriors to avoid dangerous medevac flights like this one. Today they called out Interior Secretary Sally Jewell, and KTVA 11's Heather Hinsey was the only local TV reporter there.
Senator Lisa Murkowski donned her incredible Hulk scarf to channel her inner Ted Stevens because she's so passionate about this issue. There have been 7 medevacs, 4 of which required the Coast Guard, since Jewell denied the road. Residents say this fight is far from over.
That this road is non-negotiable, that the health and the safety of the people of King Cove is non-negotiable.
Strong words from Senator Lisa Murkowski at the Energy and Natural Resources budget hearing. She and King Cove residents continue to press Secretary of Interior Sally Jewell for a road to an all-weather airport in nearby Cold Bay. The 10-mile gravel strip would go through the Eisenbeck National Wildlife Refuge.
It is a very, very important and unique habitat, and the determination by the Fish and Wildlife Service is that a road would be very disruptive through that area.
A beating heart is more important than a duck. Anybody who throws any other issue into that is wrong, because there is nothing more important than human life.
Murkowski says Alaska natives have been living off the land for generations, and they don't want to do anything to hurt the wildlife.
The notion from your department that you must protect Alaska from Alaska natives, our First People, it's insulting. And that's the way that Alaskans feel. We feel insulted.
As Aleut people, you know, and our ancestors have lived out there for 4,000 to 5,000 years. We have Aleut village sites all the way through that corridor, from King Cove into Cold Bay. That's part of who we are.
Jewell says because Cold Bay is still 600 miles from the hospital in Anchorage, emergency transportation would still be needed regardless of a road.
So the medevacs would continue. There is a medical clinic that stabilizes patients and then prepares them for transport. So the issue about the road is only a factor for medical evacuations where the weather is not conducive to getting people into the King Cove airport, but it's okay at the Cold Bay airport.
King Cove residents say that's the problem. This video taken of a Coast Guard medevac in February shows just how bad the weather can be. Residents say they think it will take something catastrophic to get Jewell's attention.
Unfortunately, we believe that may be what happens, that someone actually has to die. I hate to think that that's what it's going to take for the government to understand that how important this is for us.
We'll keep asking. We'll keep fighting. We will fight. And I hate to use that word fight. We will be here forever.
Residents have until April 15th to give Jewell a list of alternatives besides a road. They say that's also their chance to provide evidence to show the road really is the only solution. In Washington, D.C., Heather Hinsey, KTVA 11 News.
Senator Mark Begich also objects to some of the Interior Department's alternatives. This morning on KTVA 11's Daybreak, the senator said some things just don't make sense financially.
Each helicopter the Coast Guard utilizes is a $26 million purchase we're going to have. Each time we use a medevac, it could be upwards to $200,000 in cost. That data, that kind of factual data, is critical to show that the alternatives they think are realistic are not realistic.
The Interior Department has also suggested expanding King Cove's port as an alternative to the road. But Senator Begich says thick ice would limit its accessibility during the winter months.